Hi, second graders. It's Miss Schillinglaw again, and today I am going to be teaching you day 4 of literacy, and we have another fun book coming at you. It's called After the Fall: How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again. And I know many of you were in Miss Leone's class and Miss Shadesky's class, and you know the story of Humpty Dumpty, but if you don't, I want you to say it with me, okay? All right. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. So we know that story of Humpty Dumpty, and this story is called After the Fall. So, what happens to Humpty Dumpty after he falls off of the wall? And I also want to share with you that the author is a Caldecott Medal winner, and his name is Dan Santat. So, we're going to look in this story today, and it has a really cool ending. So, enjoy. My name is Humpty Dumpty, and this was my favorite spot, high on the wall. I know it's an odd place for an egg to be, but I loved being close to the birds. One day, I fell. I'm sort of famous for that part, and folks called it the Great Fall, which sounded a little grand. But it was just an accident, but it changed my life. Fortunately, all the king's men managed to put me back together again. Well, most of me. There were some parts that couldn't be healed with bandages and glue. And after that day, I became afraid of heights. I was so scared that it kept me from enjoying some of my favorite things. I really like this page because if you look, all the cereals down on the bottom, they're all like not super colorful. One of them's called Fiber Flakes and Grown Up Food. And then on the top, there's all these really colorful ones like Rainbow Brights and Crunch Tiger and Choco Duck and Bowl of Cookies. So I walked past the wall every day, and I would think about climbing that ladder again. I really missed the birds and being high above the city, but I could never do it because I knew that accidents can happen. I eventually settled for watching the birds from the ground. It wasn't the same, but it was better than nothing. And then one day, an idea flew by. Can you see what flew by? Ooh, right there. Oh, what's that? Whisper it. Paper airplane. Making planes was harder than I thought. It was easy to get the cuts and or it was easy getting cuts and scratches, but day after day, I kept trying and trying until I got it just right. My plane was perfect and it flew like nothing could stop it. I hadn't felt that happy in a long time. And it wasn't the same as being in the sky with the birds, but it was close enough. But unfortunately, accidents happen. They always do. I almost walked away, but then I thought about all the time I had spent working on my plane and all the other things I had missed. I decided I was going to climb that wall and get my bird. But the higher I got, the more nervous I felt. I didn't want to admit it, but I was terrified. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I just kept climbing, one step at a time. Until I was no longer afraid. Come up at the top. And maybe you won't think of me as that egg who was famous for falling. Look closely. Look. Crack, crack, crack. Hopefully, you'll remember me as the egg who got back up. Mm. Oh man, let's pause. What do you think is going to happen next? Whisper it to me. Okay, let's see. And learned how to fly. The end. Alrighty, second graders. Just as we've been doing this week, you are going to have an assignment on Google Classroom. Before we get there, though, I want you to think in your head, why, even though Humpty Dumpty was scared, why did he climb up that wall again? I want you to think about that. And I want you to think about what lesson we learned from him. So as you go through those two questions, why did he climb up that wall again after he was really, really, really scared? And what lesson did we learn from him? I want you to share that with an adult at home. And then I want you to go on Google Classroom and answer your two questions about the story. All right, I will see you tomorrow for another awesome book, and I hope you have a great night. Bye.